I didn't know if I was going to vlog today or not. I haven't for the last couple days. There's just been some stuff going on. On Friday, Dad and I got up and ran over and did the whole Fair Food drive-thru, so I went to a Fair Food coma that day. My aunt was going to go see my grandma that night, but Grandma told her not to. Put this on the hook. Because she was tired, she was going to lay down. She would talk to her the next day. So yesterday, about 12:20, my phone rings. My cell phone rings. It's my cousin Joanne. I'm like, oh, something's not right. Because we only usually ever text or message in Facebook. I'm like, hey, what's going on? She's like, I don't know anything yet, but my dad just called me and said that they got a message from Grandma and Grandma wants to go to the hospital. So I said, I think Dad talked to Grandma this morning. So I went out and I said, Dad, did you talk to Grandma this morning? How'd she sound? Because I asked her how she was doing. She said she was just really tired and she was only on the phone for a minute with him. She has no energy to even talk to somebody. So my aunt and uncle were outside. When they came in, they had this message on the answering machine. So Joanne's like, I'm going to try to find out more and I'll call you back. So about 10 minutes later, she calls me back. She goes, Mom went over to Grandma's. And she's calling the ambulance because my grandma has 3 big steps to get out of her house, and my aunt was too afraid to try to get Grandma out because my grandma is so weak. So my dad then called out the grandmas, and Kathy answered, and my grandma was talking and she was coherent. She's just very tired and weak. And my aunt had to go because the ambulance had just showed up. And they were going to the hospital. It's down the road from my house that I've gotten taken to a few times. Not where I had my surgery at, though. But, so they took her by ambulance there. And then Joanne texted me going, Grandma's at the hospital. My mom, nobody can go in. So Kathy was waiting in her car in the parking lot of VER for them to call her with information. So my dad left to go sit with my aunt in the parking lot, so she was not alone. And then they called my uncle, who lives a couple hours away, who he got on the road to head here. And so when he showed up at the hospital, then my dad left so they could sit there together. And then I got a call from my uncle saying, you know, she's very dehydrated. Her heart rate was really rapid. She had markers of some kind of a heart incident, but it wasn't a heart attack. She has some kind of infection in her body. She was gonna get put into a regular room. She was gonna be put on antibiotics and I don't know, other things. She was alert and coherent. So then they left and went to my aunt's house because they can only just communicate by phone. You can't go in. Tomorrow we go into our next phase, so we're hoping maybe the hospital's at like 1 person in. We don't know. We don't know what's going to change hospital-wise with our next phase tomorrow, starting on the 15th of June. This morning I got a call. Grandma had a decent night. She's too weak to walk to the bathroom, so they put her a commode next to her hospital bed, which she uses. She goes fine. The nurse wanted to know what she wanted for breakfast, and Grandma and Truffaut wanted a donut, because you know how grandmas with her cakes and cookies and stuff like that. And she's like, we don't have a donut on here, but let's look through the menu. And she settled on French toast. So I hope she ate that. They were still waiting for the heart doctor to come through. I asked my aunt and uncle, I said, have they said anything about her lungs? Because she's been hacking this stuff up for months and months and months. This phlegm. I mean, for months and months and months. So that has been mentioned to them, but if she's had this infection for a while, this infection could have screwed up her body, because infections can do weird stuff to your body, man. So hopefully if they get this infection cleared up and get her hydrated again, maybe she'll get a little more energy. We don't know what else they're going to find. Right now she's in the hospital, doing fine, just very weak. So yesterday was a constant day of calling people, because Dad called my cousin Roy, because we're a very tight-knit family, so everybody's all communicating. And then he called his daughter Terry, who then called my cousins who live in Upper Michigan, like 7 hours away. And then as I'm finishing up talking to my uncle on my cell phone, the house phone rings. I'm like, hey, it's Bob and Lou calling. I'm going to tell them what's going on. He's like, okay, so if you hear anything, call me. So I hang up with him, and I answered Bob and Lou, and I went through the whole spiel with them on what Jeff said, what they said. And she's like, okay, call Roy and tell him. So I hang up with her and I call Roy. Tell him the whole spiel. And then Dad gets home at that point, and I had to tell him the whole spiel. Now, Roy just called a minute ago, and I told him a little bit. I said, there isn't a whole much. I said, I know she had a decent night. She's using a commode next to her. She's too weak to get to the bathroom. She wanted a donut. She's alert and talking. We're waiting for the heart doctor. That's all we know right now. So, I'm surprised Bob and Lou haven't called in for a check-in, because I told her I'd call her if I knew anything, but we haven't really found out anything more. So yesterday was kind of a panic in this house, and frazzled, and trying to, everybody talking to everybody, and I just hope we can get Grandma a little more perky again. That's all I hope. And, yeah. So that's what's been going on in my world the last couple days. Then this week's a hectic week. Tomorrow we have to have the old floor popped out of the kitchen. My cousin Ronnie's coming over to do that. Because we didn't put that on our, we didn't pay for Lowe's to do that because he was going to do it. He's got one row popped out. All the rest of it will come out very easily, but he didn't want to do it until the day before because there's like a paper underlayment or whatever. He didn't want my wheelchair to. I just did what he said. I told him what it is. He called me Saturday. He goes, now when does your flooring get put in? I said Tuesday, so you have to come Monday after work and pop out the old one. Okay, he said, or I could do it today. I said, today is not a good day. There are other factors, and if I hadn't heard about Grandma at that point yet. This was before noon when he called me, because I'm dealing with woman stuff right now, and I said, you really don't want to be around me right now. He goes, Monday night it is. And then the whole Grandma thing happened. So, okay, Monday he's going to come and do the floor, but before he comes tomorrow, we have to get the extender thing out of the table, make it small as we can, get some of the chairs out of there. I'm trying to make it as easy for the flooring people as possible. Then Tuesday, kitchen floor and the little 4x4 spot in front of our front door. All the flooring sitting in our living room. My cousin came and did that Friday, Bart. Him and his friend took like 10 minutes. They just brought all in, put it in the living room. And then Wednesday, the carpet people come. Thursday, I got to get to the grocery store and buy the stuff I need to make for my cousin's graduation party on Saturday. But then Friday, a friend's coming over to help. Well, we're going for fair food again at different fairgrounds, because you know, I'm a fat girl who likes fair food. And we're going to put together a piece of the new furniture that's been in the garage for months on end. We're going to start with the new TV stand, because that's the one up front, the easiest one to get to. That's the one you go with. And then Saturday is a graduation party. So it's kind of a hectic time. Plus, you know, still figuring out, make sure Grandma's okay. And so yesterday I had kind of a stressful day. My stress level was pretty high, but I was okay. But I really wasn't going to vlog today, but I did. I am. Hi, how are you? Jeffree Star. I don't have a little, I don't have a mirror. I do, but it's just it's a dollar. See, how are you? Yeah. I got this at Bailey's actually, and it was a set. It was a mirror and something else. I just wanted a little mirror for my desk, because this is where I'll sit sometime and brush my hair. But I haven't used it lately because I've been brushing my hair in the bathroom. I have a mirror and brush sitting in there too, just like this. That was not orange. Now I have gone to the babbling aspect of this video. Dad went out to get bird food because his birds are out of bird food. He needed something to do. Like yesterday when we found out about Grandma being in the hospital, he's like, "Oh, I need to go to the hospital." And then we found out you couldn't go in the hospital. I said, "Dad, you can't even go in the hospital." I said, "But Kathy's there by herself in the parking lot." "Okay, I'll go be with her." He gets very antsy, and I get very, okay, what's happening? I need information. Because when my mom was sick, I was the very kind of level-headed one, and Dad was a very emotional, not level-headed one. Like when I've been in the hospital, sometimes I'm happy when he leaves the room for a minute because he has such energy of terror, not terror. He gets very fidgety and antsy, and stuff upsets him a lot, and so sometimes that energy you just want to like take a walk, come back in a little bit, let me breathe for 1 second. So, but luckily no hospital trips in a while. Yay! Yay! I do have to go to the doctor the 25th of June for my yearly. I need to call my regular doctor. A day before yesterday, I just told Dad on Friday, I said, me and Grandma have our yearly appointments around the same time. We go to the same person. I said, I need to call her and find out when her yearly is, and then schedule ours at the same time so we have back-to-back appointments. So we can just go get her and then schedule a time before that to get our blood drawn. And then now, it's in the hospital, so that's kind of up in the air on what's going to happen with that aspect. My grandma's never been in the hospital that I can remember. The only time she's ever stayed the night in the hospital is when Grandpa was sick and she slept there. My grandma's never been sick. So it's just kind of weird. It's weird. But okay, I'm going to shut up now. I've talked long enough. So if I'm a bit sporadic here, there's things happening. So, yeah. But I'll talk to you later. Bye.